with only 6 races left in the season, the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series heads to Phoenix International Raceway for the running of Mike Mart's VMP Rickyard 200. On the pole today is the 87 of Zach Robinson, and on the outside is the 92 of Austin Ogo. Starting third is the 22 of Avi Sachs, and fourth is the 55 of Ethan Hamill. Starting 5th is the 4 of George Rourke, and 6th is the 30 Ryan Acosta. And in 7th is our points leader, the 24 of Jonathan Thoman, and he's going to try to redeem himself after his disastrous finish back at Pocono. And in 8th is the 11 John McNamara. Starting 9th is the 00 Trevor Harvey, and rounding out the top 10 is the 7 of Kyle Sosnowski. And in the 6th car today, starting in 21st, is Stephen Pollard III in a great position, nearly halfway through the field. If he can survive, he may have himself a great send-off, as this will be his very last Pokemon Cup Series race. Ends his career with 3 victories in the Pokemon Cup, 2 under SP3 and 1 under Steve Pollard. And he's going to try to get that 4th win of his career and that final win. He's going to try to end his career in the PCS with a bang. But we'll have to wait and see about that. And the other competitor, oh look at that, Dylan Young is starting in last. He was Pocono winner, and he's starting in last. Again, only 41 drivers, as is the last race. Charles Roberts is his last race under Charles Roberts' suspension for spoilers in earlier races. He will be back in the next race, so Charles Roberts will be back in the next race. And he's only got 5 races to reach that 4-win-a-season club. We'll just have to see if he reaches that point. And our other competitors, Avi Sachs and James Shelley, yeah, they're going to start around here. Avi Sachs is 3rd, by the way, ahead of Thoman, so he's got an advantage there. And James Shelley in the 23 is starting 23rd. Weird. Anyway, let's just get on with the race, as we're about to get underway under the hot Phoenix sun with those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
And this is another course in which the turns cause the most wrecks. It's almost like Indianapolis, only smaller. 24 laps, that's Jonathan Thoman's number and Jeff Gordon's number, but 24 laps here at Phoenix. And who's going to be able to survive under the hot Phoenix sun? After this race, it's only going to be 5 races left, and it's going to be a mad dash for the championship. But right now, Zach Robinson takes us to the green flag here at Phoenix. Great start by Zach Robinson. Uh-oh, I think there may be 4-wide battle already. And it's a big battle for 3-wide. Uh-oh. Here we go on the next final turn. 4 or 5 wide back there, I think. Oh, and look at this, a spin by Thoman. He saves it, but he gets damaged, and we have a big wreck behind. Zach Robinson leads under caution, but wow, what a wreck on that very last turn. And Jonathan Thoman has himself some some side damage. Ooh, that's not what he wanted, but not exactly what he wanted. But here's the wreck as it unfolds. As you see, Austin Ogo and Ethan Hamill got into the turn too hard and spun themselves out. Harvey and Gene Sanford were all held up, and John McNamara spun out as well. There's the caution waving. There's the 1866, the 6, 2301, all got held up behind the wreck. And wow, a big pile up on the start-finish line. And it was, wow. 43 had a little bit of damage. Right there, he had also damage. He also spun out with Rod Houston. Rod Houston spun out by him. Oh, no, he spun out with James Shelley. Right here. Oh, Shelley got some damage too. Yikes. Oh, a hard hit by Marshall Rich. Yikes. Right again. Oh man, he just avoided it. Yikes. So what a way to start off here at poking at Phoenix. It's just incredible. And the drivers that retired were Mason Wood, Stephen Pollard III, and Sarah Yitzhak. Surprisingly, only 3 have retired. Oh, wait a minute, no, there's a 4th, Dom Capps. And there's a 5th, and there's a, like, oh wow, there's more. Rod Houston, Marshall Ritt, Mason Wood, Sarah Yitzhak have retired. So there's like 6 drivers that retired from the wrecks. I thought there was only 3, but there's 6. Yikes, so tough day for them. Capps a tough, especially. But nevertheless, we're going to get back under green as Zach Robinson is your leader. Avi Sachs now in 2nd. George Rourke in 3rd. Ethan Hamill 4th. And somehow Jonathan Thoman, despite damage from that caution, is in 5th. But how will the damage affect him, if any? Or will the damage be too much for Thoman to handle? But Sachs is going to have another phenomenal day if Thoman doesn't go good. He's in front of Thoman by 3 positions. Green is out. We'll see. Here comes Sachs for the lead. He's trying to get it away from Zach Robinson. Here it comes. I think he's got it. He's going to get it away. And new leader is now Avi Sachs, but here comes that final turn where the wrecks were caused. Ooh, Robinson got a piece. Rourke gets down, but the caution's out. Rourke got 2nd. Sachs leads. Ooh, a big pileup between Pichu. Let's see what happened. Wow, Pichu stuck, and he's going to have to be sent down pit road. Oh, that was a bigger wreck behind. And here it is, 4 wide between Devin Winston, Scott Ferguson. It got too ugly. And Matthew Ziegler, the pole setter, wasn't so lucky either. And the big pileup endures behind them. Pichu, Michelle Samedi, Leah Walker, Dustin Ray, Rohit Vaidarvu, David Rochester, and Scott Ferguson. I said that already, but there's Pichu stuck there. He got the most of it. Wow. Hard hit for him. And lucky break for Sachs. And George Rourke just bumped out of Zach Robinson and somehow was able to get 2nd. What a move by the Ford machine. He's trying to join the 3-win-a-season club. He would be the lowest positioning driver in the standings to have 3 wins a season. That would be a phenomenal feat if George Rourke was able to make it that far. The first half has been really terrible, has been horrible for him. It hasn't been really good. And the second half he turned it around with wins at Joe Gibbs and one other track. I think Las Vegas. He's rebounded recently. He's now in 2nd. But Avi Sachs is going for his 4th win of the season. And he's been close so many times, he's not been able to do it, but Sachs is trying to get his big break, his 4th win. Zach Robinson, Ethan Hamill, and Jonathan Thoman round out your top 5. Thoman can hang on to a top 5. His fall may not be as large as anyone would have thought. And Pichu and Pollard III have retired. Sarah Yitzhak is also retired. And Pollard's day and his career is done, but nevertheless it was a great one. It was nice to see Pollard race, but he did finish 36, not the way he wanted it, but nevertheless it was great. Green is out. And he's going out top 5. Here comes Trevor Harvey. Final turn wall. And a little hit by George Moore. Makes it out. We're still green. Oh, Thoman gets held up behind them, each other in the top 10. And now in this battle for second between Zach Robinson and George Ward, this could be a benefit for Avi Sachs. And here comes the double zero. Trevor Harvey gets through for fourth. The caution's out again. Rourke hits it. Sachs makes it to the line. And we had a wreck between the 14 and 914, I think. He's a little slow, a little spin between Tim Freilich and Dustin Ray. Wow, that was a hard hit. And this was even harder. And here is the wreck that happened. Here you see around at this point. James, Shelley, Tim Freilich. We just saw him getting spun out by them. And here's what happened on that final turn. Freilich got too loose. Whoa, Thoman got a piece there, but he saved it. But Austin Ogo, however, spun Freilich near the start-finish line. And then everyone gets held up. The 23, the 19. They all get held up behind them. And unfortunately, it was not a great... it was not as big as of a wreck as anyone would have thought. But, well, nevertheless, it happened near the start-finish line. And there's going to be less than 10 to go, so it's going to be anybody's race now. Rohit Vedarvu, James Shelley, Nick Brockman have retired from the race. Brockman has just retired. It was going to be a lap down, but Brockman has just retired. And that leaves 31 cars left in the field. 10 drivers have already retired from the race. And we're going to be having ourselves with 8 more laps to go. 8 laps to go here at the hot Phoenix Sun. Avi Sachs has been able to hold off everybody, but will it be for long? Here we go. The green flag is out and the green is on. Robinson getting a run on the 22. Here he comes. But wait a minute. George Rourke wants a pass too. Here comes the final wall. Could Rourke use it to his advantage? No. Saxon low. Wait a minute. Rourke's trying to. He's got it. George Rourke has just got the lead away. Here comes Trevor Harvey. Harvey going for the lead. And we have another caution, another pile-up behind. Rourke with the lead. Here comes the double zero. But George Rourke might be able to hold off if he doesn't hit the wall. He does not. Oh, and the 11 just spun. The 11 just spun. Wow. But he kept his car together. He somehow kept it. And surprisingly, all those avoided the wreck. My goodness. Oh my. Well, I saw Acosta back there. I did see someone else get held up behind. Just gotta see who. Oh, Joey Murphy. Oh, and here it is. Here's the wreck. Jonathan Thoman and Gene Sanford sandwich. And the 16 spun out near the start-finish line. Ryan Acosta held up. Austin LaPlante held up as well. Nick Parasols was held up a bit. And Dylan Young couldn't slap the brakes too hard. Everyone gets held up. Wow, that is just close. That was a big one, but another wreck happened near the start-finish line. Seems that the most wrecks get through near the start-finish line, and that's what's known, Phoenix is known for, big wrecks. And we're going to only have about a few more laps left. Ryan Acosta and Rohit Vedarvu have retired, and so has Joey Murphy, and yeah, they have retired as well. So, we're gonna get back under green with, I think, 2 laps to go, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we are. 2 laps to go back at Pocono. If the caution comes out before we get the white flag, the race is over. But if we get the white flag, though, no matter when the caution happens, we will race it to the line during the white flag lap. So, George Wark is going for that 3rd win of the season. Trevor Harvey, who won 4 races last season, he's trying to get his first. Avi Sack trying to get his 4th win of the season. Here in 3rd, Kyle Sosnowski's trying to get his 3rd win of the season as well. And Ethan Hamill in 5th, trying to get his 2nd win of the season. And despite spinning out near the final turn, John McNamara was able to keep 6th. And that could be a huge benefit for him if he's able to keep his car together. Here we go, 2 to go to determine the winner of Phoenix. Who will survive? Here we go, green is out. Here comes Harvey, here it comes. Trevor Harvey knows he's got about 1 chance left. He's got it. Yeah, I think he's about to get it. Sosnowski trying to deny Sachs of his line as we're going to go to white flag. Wark gets a bit of a hit, bumper to bumper. White flag is out though. No caution, we're going to race it to the line. It looks like Trevor Harvey might have an easy going after that. Trevor Harvey won 4 races last season, and he's going to go back to victory lane this season in just his short time here in this season. But off the final turn, Trevor Harvey's going to win here at Phoenix. Now for 2nd, it's Kyle Sosnowski to the line. It was a close battle for 2nd, but Kyle Sosnowski was able to beat him out to it. But Trevor Harvey, for the first time since season 4 last season, he's going back, season 3, he's going back to victory lane. After winning 4 races last season, he's back for his 1st win of the season. Maybe too late to get that 4 win a season race he had, but nevertheless, Harvey's your winner. But what a race there. It was close. George Wark came in 4th, and John McNamara was 5th, and Luke Walker, Ethan Hamill, Daniel Day, Jonathan Thoman, and Alex Rago in the top 10. And here's the rest of the field. I don't think there was another wreck behind. I think there was another wreck behind, but we're not going to be cutting to that. Sorry about the ending. I got a bit cut off, but we do know Trevor Harvey did win the race here at Phoenix. And now let's show you the point standings. That lead is down to 58 points with 5 races left. So it's pretty much going to be only 2 drivers competing, Jonathan Thoman and Avi Sachs. James Shelley, he's in 3rd. He's behind 262 points. It's a long shot for him now to compete, but it's still anybody's race. It could happen. Shelley could be in contention again with only 5 races left. Kyle Sosnowski in 4th again, still possible somehow. Nick Parasols is 5th, Dylan Young is 6th, Gene Sanford 7th, Ethan Hamill 8th, Ryan Acosta is 9th, and Chris Harley is 10th. 21st and 22nd, I think they're going to be out of contention for the title. Marshall Rich and John Radican, and 23rd and below are on your screen. And here's the rest of here below if you were curious. And Stephen Pollard retired in 36, just to let you know. So, and just one more thing, it got a little cut off, and in case if you haven't seen the standings, here they are, the final results, here they are. And there's the 1st through 20th, and here's 21st and below. And here's the the 41st is Dom Caps. So, next race will be at Atlanta Motor Speedway for Angel Navarro's Dr. Pepper 500. And he will be back in the 6th for his final race this season. And then we'll be heading to Texas, and then California, and then Talladega, and finally the championship race at Zenjoltis. So it's going to be a wild final 5 races. Hope you guys will all be watching that. So we'll see you at Atlanta.